In the fast-paced world we live in, the pursuit of happiness often seems elusive, as though it is just beyond our grasp. We chase success, money, relationships, and material goods, believing that happiness and fulfillment are hidden within them. But what if the key to true happiness and fulfillment has been within us all along? Zen, an ancient philosophy and practice that emphasizes mindfulness, simplicity, and awareness, offers profound insights into achieving happiness and fulfillment. Through Zen teachings, we can explore what it truly means to live a fulfilled life and understand that happiness doesn't have to be complex. It's about finding beauty in simplicity, appreciating the present, and discovering the joy of being. 1. Embrace the present moment. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Eckhart Tolle. One of the core teachings of Zen is to embrace the present moment. In our search for happiness, we often focus on either the future or the past. We dwell on past regrets and relive experiences, or we constantly project into the future, believing that once we attain a specific goal, we will find happiness. Zen encourages us to simply be here, now. Living in the present means accepting each moment as it is. When we are mindful, we become fully aware of our surroundings and ourselves. We begin to notice the details, the sound of the wind, the warmth of the sun, the taste of our food. This mindfulness allows us to engage deeply with our life and appreciate the small moments that make up our existence. To find happiness, practice letting go of unnecessary worries about what has happened or what is yet to come. By grounding ourselves in the present moment, we cultivate a sense of peace that lays the foundation for true fulfillment. 2. Let go of attachments. Attachment is the root of suffering. Buddha. Zen teaches that our suffering comes from our attachments. We become attached to people, things, ideas, and expectations. We often believe that happiness is dependent on having the right job, the perfect partner, or a certain lifestyle. However, these attachments make our happiness conditional and fragile, vulnerable to external forces beyond our control. To experience true happiness, we need to let go of these attachments. This doesn't mean abandoning relationships or desires, but rather it means cultivating a sense of non-attachment. We can appreciate the beauty of a flower without clinging to it or fearing its loss. In the same way, we can cherish the people in our lives without placing unrealistic expectations on them. When we release our tight grip on the things we think we need, we create space for contentment. We start to see that happiness comes from within rather than from outside circumstances. By letting go, we find a lighter and freer way of living. 3. Simplify your life. Simplicity, patience, compassion. These three are your greatest treasures. Lao Tzu. The Zen way of life is characterized by simplicity. In a world that values accumulation and excess, simplicity can be a powerful path to happiness. We tend to believe that more is better. More possessions, more experiences, more achievements. But in reality, the pursuit of more often leads to overwhelm and dissatisfaction. Simplifying your life means letting go of what doesn't serve you. It means decluttering your home, your schedule, and even your mind. Focus on what truly matters and brings you joy. When you simplify your life, you make room for what is important: meaningful relationships, creativity, and inner peace. Zen encourages us to find beauty in simplicity. It is about appreciating the small things: a warm cup of tea, a quiet walk in nature, or the smile of a loved one. In these simple moments, we often find the deepest sense of fulfillment. 4. Accept impermanence. Everything changes. Nothing remains without change. Buddha. Impermanence is a fundamental concept in Zen. Everything in life is constantly changing. Our bodies, our emotions, our relationships, and our circumstances. Often our unhappiness comes from resisting change. We try to hold on to moments, to keep things as they are, but this resistance only creates suffering. By embracing impermanence, we learn to flow with life rather than against it. We become more adaptable and resilient in the face of challenges. We understand that difficult times are temporary, just as joyful moments are. This acceptance helps us appreciate the present more deeply because we recognize its fleeting nature. To find fulfillment, practice seeing the beauty in change. When we let go of our need for permanence, we become more open to life's experiences, both the good and the challenging, and we grow from each of them. 5. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Anonymous. Gratitude is a powerful tool for happiness. In our quest for fulfillment, we often overlook what we already have. We focus on what is missing, on what we have yet to achieve or acquire. Zen teaches us to cultivate a sense of gratitude for the present moment and all it contains. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, whether they are big or small. It could be a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or simply the fact that you have food and shelter. Gratitude shifts our focus from lack to abundance, and it helps us recognize that happiness is already within our reach. By practicing gratitude, we become more content with our lives. We begin to see that fulfillment comes not from getting more, but from appreciating what we have. 6. Practice self-compassion. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Buddha. Happiness and fulfillment start with how we treat ourselves. Many people struggle with self-criticism and feel that they are not enough. Zen encourages us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and compassion that we would offer a loved one. Self-compassion means acknowledging our imperfections without judgment. It means understanding that we are human, that we make mistakes, and that we are worthy of love despite our flaws. When we are kind to ourselves, we create a foundation of inner peace that allows us to experience greater happiness. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and let go of the need to be perfect. Remember that you are a work in progress, just like everyone else. By practicing self-compassion, you create an internal environment where happiness can flourish. 7. Find your purpose. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Pablo Picasso. True fulfillment comes from living a life that feels meaningful. Zen teachings emphasize the importance of being true to oneself and finding one's purpose. Purpose doesn't necessarily mean a grand mission. It could be something as simple as being a loving parent, creating art, or helping others in your community. Reflect on what brings you joy and what you feel passionate about. What activities make you lose track of time? What do you care deeply about? Finding your purpose often involves aligning your actions with your values and using your unique gifts to contribute to the world. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you experience a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond momentary happiness. You feel that your life has meaning and that you are making a positive difference. 8. Serve others. A life not lived for others is not a life. Mother Teresa. Serving others is a core principle in many spiritual traditions, including Zen. When we help others, we step outside of ourselves and our personal concerns. We connect with the greater whole and experience the joy of giving. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, can bring immense happiness and fulfillment. Whether it's offering a listening ear, volunteering your time, or simply being there for a friend in need, serving others brings a sense of purpose and joy. It reminds us that we are all interconnected and that our actions have the power to uplift others. Serving others doesn't have to be grand or complicated. It can be as simple as offering a smile to a stranger or being patient with someone who is struggling. When we make kindness a daily practice, we find that happiness and fulfillment come naturally. 9. Let go of expectations. Peace begins when expectation ends. Sri Chinmoy. One of the biggest obstacles to happiness is our expectations. We often have expectations of ourselves, of others, and of life itself. When reality doesn't match these expectations, we feel disappointed and unhappy. Zen teaches us to let go of expectations and accept life as it is. This doesn't mean we don't strive for our goals, but rather we learn to detach from the outcome. We do our best and then let go, trusting that whatever happens is for our highest good. By releasing expectations, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to achieve or control. We become more open to what life has to offer, and we find happiness in the journey rather than in reaching a particular destination. 10. Be mindful of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Zen saying. Our thoughts have a powerful impact on our happiness. Zen teaches us to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. Often we identify with our thoughts and allow them to dictate our emotions and actions. But in reality, thoughts are simply passing clouds in the sky of our mind. Practice mindfulness by observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice when negative or self-defeating thoughts arise, and gently let them go. You have the power to choose which thoughts to focus on and which to release. By cultivating awareness of your thoughts, you create a mental space that allows for more positive and uplifting experiences. You begin to see that happiness is a choice that starts with the way you think. In conclusion, happiness and fulfillment are not found in the accumulation of material possessions or in the attainment of external achievements. Instead, they are cultivated within us through our actions, our thoughts, and our ability to live in the present moment. Zen teaches us that happiness is simple. It's about being fully present, letting go of what doesn't serve us, embracing change, and finding meaning in the small moments of life. It's about treating ourselves and others with compassion, serving the greater good, and being true to our purpose. When we let go of our attachments, release our expectations, and embrace the present, we discover that happiness has been within us all along. It is not something to be chased or sought after. It is something to be lived here and now. May you find peace, happiness, and fulfillment on your journey.